And the time I twisted the throttle, a punch hit me in the chest. Like, whoa, I was not ready for that. So that's where I experienced what the G-force is.
Right.
And I was like, with a big smile, I came back at the station. I was like, yeah, the bike is good. I was like, okay, is it even Indian brand? There I saw Dilkir Salman and Ranvijay Singh. So I was like, oh my god, like big people are involved in this company. This was while I was planning for GT650 back in the college days.
Okay.
And after taking the test rides of both, I came to conclusion that the engine thump was good, the vibrations, but the G-force I experience is what I see forward.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward for like more ballistic rides on that to experience that G-force.
That's a very cool way to put it across.
Exactly. So that's what changed the vision from 650 to ultra F77.
All right, this is Valentine's week and a very special occasion. I'm here in Pune with a very special person, Danish. And if there is one thing that could talk about pure love for motorcycles, it's this conversation that we are about to have. So Danish, firstly, welcome on board.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And today is the delivery of the F77 Mark II. And Danish is from Kolhapur. He's going to be riding all the way back home. And yeah, maybe while we get started, it'll be good for you to give a quick introduction. And
so hi, I'm Danish. I'm 27 now. I was always a bike enthusiast and always used to love to watch the videos of like bikes and the speed, the sound sometimes. Whatever bike I used to ride, like it is like on the full throttle. So always I was always a fan of like speed all the time. So yeah, so I'm pursuing my doctorate, master in pediatric.
Cool.
Yeah.
So tell me, Danish, I remember first speaking to you about 5 years back on Instagram when you were still in college.
Yeah.
So it's been a 5-year journey from that point where you first saw the F77 and today riding the Mark II.
Yeah.
So maybe walk us through that journey.
So whenever the Indian youngsters, like we all have the adrenaline at that age point, like between 20s to 25 years of your age, you have that adrenaline inside you. That's what the time when I saw the F77 designs on the Googles. So since then I was interested in the bike, but yet it was a concept like not a production ready model and not for the sale. So slowly I used to like keep watching the videos, the reviews, and I was in the contact with you. In 2022 was the launch event of the Gen 1 F77.
Right.
That's where I came.
This was the event at Whitefield in Bangalore.
Yeah, exactly. There I saw like first glance of like witnessed the F77 first time, and man, like I was flattered with the looks, and the range has been increased. Like it was earlier like 200, then you like showed up with 307.
Right. Yeah, we had the battery day a month before that event.
Yeah, exactly. There you showed up the range has increased to 307.
Right.
That time I was flattered. Like I decided that day only, if I bought a bike in the future, it has to be the F77. It was very early for me because I was not earning anything. It was very college days of myself. So I was always a fan of like design, tech, like the cyberpunk feels in my clothes and in my home. I have my toys collection of my childhood. The bikes are like futuristic looking bikes. That's where my bike enthusiast like strike.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, on this topic, I'd say let's go back in time. What you were saying, I can relate to my first motorcycle that I bought with money that I earned. That was the R15 V1 back in 2009.
Yeah.
So walk me through your journey. What have been the motorcycles you've had in the past? And
when I was a child, I used to like watch the videos of like Doom movie came in my childhood times. I was like mad and flattered with that clip-on handlebars when the rider leans and twists the throttle and the police were behind and he just went at 100 and 200 kilometers of speed. Since then I was enthusiast of like sports bikes.
And I think Doom was the first movie that made sports motorcycles sexy, right?
Yeah, exactly. The Hayabusa and all things. If you want the speed, you have to lean. So yeah, that was the first time I like get into the sports bike kind of thing. But I was very like early stage of my like age. Then slowly, I used to see the KTM's and all. I was fan of that. But when I went to college and showed my parents the sports bike, he immediately dismissed because of the way it looks, the speed it can go, and the prices it has. So
And typically parents think it's dangerous as well.
yeah. So yeah, but I was keep craving for that, like to ride my own like sports bike. Yeah,
Sure.
since then it was like my dream.
So what did you end up riding while in college and before that?
Splendor.
Okay.
My dad's Splendor. It was the like first bike I used to go college with.
Right. I mean, what are the odds? My first motorcycle was a Splendor.
That's why, yeah. Back then, I enjoyed riding the Splendor because it taught me how the throttle works. For me as a rider, when I initially started the riding bikes, it was Splendor, but it taught me something like how to ride a motorcycle.
Sure.
But the craving for the speed was there always.
Sure.
Because the Splendor has some speed limits and the power. But I craved that feeling, but I used to enjoy it.
Sure.
Slowly, I moved to like I bought R15. Like
When was this?
it was like in 2023, I guess, like
Okay.
2023.
So last about 2-3 years you've
yeah,
had the
2-3 years
R15.
I was on that bike. That was the time when I shifted to Pune. But my workplace was in the Hadapsar. It is like almost 20 kilometers away from the space station we have in the Shivaji Nagar back then.
Sure.
So exactly the same plasma red variant was on the display. Once a week I used to like go there, took the test ride. It was mad time. But finally after like years and years of longing, waiting,
But
comes to this moment.
So tell me something. How did you first discover ultraviolet?
Back then, like I said, I was a fan of like leaning forward
Right.
and taking their speeds. The place I live, they used to like Royal Enfields are very famous back there at
Okay.
my place.
Where?
So
Kolhapur?
yeah, Kolhapur, because I was in college that time. So when I took the test ride, I was happy, but when I saw the quotation, it was beyond my financial boundaries.
Okay.
Then like I said, I was a fan of like sports bikes. I was casually scrolling through internet, Google's bike photos and all, because then I discovered a concept like designs of F77. I was like, oh, nice. I used to.
Where was this? This was on.
This was while I was planning for GT650.
Okay.
Back in the college days.
Okay.
So then I saw the photo. It was early, like in the lockdown.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it was back in the lockdown. Then I saw this, the red color parking somewhere in the garage, and it like in the recommendations I saw several photos of airstrike, like white color, the red
Okay.
color, and I was like,
On your
this-
social
yeah,
media.
yeah, on the social media and the internet, I saw the pictures. Then I saw, this is something different. This is where I stopped scrolling.
Okay.
Then I saw the name, I googled it, and I was like, is it even Indian brand? Because
Sure.
see, concept bikes are like abroad. What they do, they showcase the concept bikes. So I was like curious, it might be another concept bike.
Sure.
So I checked on YouTube and put it the Ultraviolet F77, and it showed up with the 2019 launch event.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it was very like for bikers, it is very like something like Iron Man thing, getting suit up,
Right.
putting
Right.
back
Right.
batteries.
Right. Like a futuristic
yeah.
tech.
So that day it caught my attention. Since then I started like following the page, and I used to like keep on watching, because back then that MMRT they do the test ride
happened,
things.
yes.
Yeah. So I saw all the test rides, and the color, the airstrike, the bright red. It was very like I was put a big smile on my face after
Right.
watching that colors and the speed, and yeah. Since then I started following, and one day in 2021 of January, when I really needed a bike, I dropped in your text.
Sure.
So I booked it. I never told my parents that I'm booking. Somehow I managed.
Okay.
I was not like ready, and I don't know how will I manage.
You're like,
to
let me
book."
take the first step.
Yeah.
I'll figure out the rest
Yeah.
later.
let's book the bike. Then slowly, I saw the news in the 2022 November. Before that, whoever books the bikes, you all are invited, because
For the
you are,
test ride,
Yeah, you are pilots of the F77, and you are invited for the launch event.
Right.
There I met you. It's unfortunate that I couldn't take a photo there. I don't know why. There I saw Dilkir Salman and Ranvijay Singh. So I was like, oh my god, like big people are involved in this company. After booking and coming back from Bangalore, me and my brother came, and I just casually showed my bike that to my dad. Dad, this is a very
Yeah,
cool looking
this I'm
bike.
very curious about. What happened here?
The Indian parents, they are like more curious about like safety because of the road
Sure.
conditions and all. He immediately dismissed,
Sure.
like the way it looks, the speed it can go,
Sure.
and the price it has. So he immediately dismissed it. But my dream of owning an F77 was like died there, but it was somewhere inside me. The spark was
Sure.
somewhere inside me. So I kept on dreaming. That's what the time when I shifted back to Pune. I
So
saw
this part, since your dad is here today, I'm also curious to ask him how his mindset has also changed.
I used to approach my mom to convince my dad, like, mom, like do something, like convince him, say yes. So yeah, it was the big part.
Sure.
The owning a bike was like paying, and owning a bike was not the big part. Convincing your parents,
Sure.
like then he was curious, like electric vehicles back then, like early in 22, 21, it was very early stage, and few XYZ companies were launched their scooters, moped bikes, and there were incidents happening, like bursting out of batteries and reliability. The shock ups are breaking. So I used to keep on watching it on the TV, and he used to like hear the incidents of batteries getting blast,
Sure.
bikes on fire, XYZ companies. So he was like
Skeptical.
skeptical about the things. Okay, we'll buy your bike, but the things are happening is not good. Like it's not safe.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
this is very early stage for electric vehicles to grow in the India.
Okay.
So that's where the Beyond Asphalt video came.
Beyond Asphalt, I'll also give you the backstory there.
Yeah.
So that wasn't really from a marketing perspective. It was just while we've designed the bike to handle all sorts of use cases,
Yeah.
we ourselves were curious to see how much we can push the vehicles,
Yeah.
and just created some content out of it. I think that's what your
When I saw that video, like these guys are torturing the bike up to the very own limits, like from the muds, different terrains, the shadow bike on the mountains,
yeah.
taking wheelies on mountains. Like I was like smiling on that thing. Okay? Why when it's needed? Why you're torturing the bike like that in the different terrains? Then you explained very well that you want to make something not just for a commute thing, like going from A to B. It has to be like used in every kind of situations, because as a rider we don't just stuck on the tarmac. We used to like
Sure.
go in the forest, in the different terrains. In the rainy season the mud will be there.
Right.
But the bike like performed really well back there in the video I saw. Then I quickly like showed this like to my dad, that see that the bike is very reliable,
Sure.
and it is like handling well in that all the terrains, and
Sure.
it's like very good. Then after some time that monsoon fury, the
afterburner yellow, yeah,
going all through deep dive
Yeah.
in that pothole things
Right.
and all. Then I told him, see, not after like using the bike on the roads, even in the rains or in the river kind of thing, it's like handling very well, and
Sure.
and it's going on, like it's not stopping, it's not like shutting down. So we can trust on the reliability.
Did you also speak to any other F77 owners back then?
Yeah, when the test ride, before the launch of that, when the test rides were going on,
Huh.
the pilot test ride, like few very lucky people, I will say, because I didn't get the invitation. I used to like follow your pages. I used to like find that people on the social media and contact them. Bro, how was your test ride experience? And they were
Okay.
saying, "Okay, man, you have to experience it. I can't explain you."
Right. So when was your first test ride?
It was in 2023.
At Pune.
Yeah, at Pune. When I recently like came to Pune, before coming to Pune, I know that there is a space station in the Pune, and it was in the very early stage. I don't have bike back then. I took the bus. I have to change 3-4 buses
Okay.
and then reach the space station. It was the shadow version was standing outside that. I was using the glide mode. I was not like very known how the modes change, and I was using the glide mode.
Okay.
I was like sliding through the traffics and all. Then somehow, like while doing the brakes, I quickly switched, like unknowingly I explored the ballistic mode.
Okay.
But I was stopped there when I, like, it was traffic, like it was red signal. And the time I twisted the throttle, a punch hit me in the chest. Like, oh, I was not ready for that.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, that experience was something. Like in the fairs, like when you sit in the giant wheel,
Yeah.
there's a thing called G-force, like
Yeah.
gravitational force. You can't like explain it how it is, but you have to experience it. Like
Right.
when in the giant wheel, when you're coming down from the top side,
Yeah.
when that something happens inside you, that's
Or
what I call the G-force.
roller coaster
Yeah,
experience.
yeah, because you are in the air in that, and you're very lightweight. So that's where I experienced what the G-force is.
Right.
And I was like with a big smile. I
Right.
came back at the station. I was like, yeah, the bike is good.
So I want to ask you a very important, interesting question here.
Yeah.
You mentioned that for a long time you were fascinated with the Royal Enfield 650,
Yeah.
wanted to buy that. But then when you test rode the F77, it was a different set of emotions
Yeah.
altogether.
Yeah.
So this is something that a lot of people have questions around. That do EVs have a soul, right? But with IC engines, people have a definite association with what the soul of a motorcycle is. On the electric side, I also agree. A lot of the low-powered vehicles out there may not necessarily give you that thrill, but that is also not what the ultralight vehicles are about. So, my question to you is, how would you define the emotional side of or a soul of a motorcycle for a IC engine, and how do you think about it today?
Yeah. So I'll say that whenever you go like search like to explore a bike, the first thing you saw is the speed. Like what top speed it can go, how quickly it can achieve that top speed, how quickly it goes to 0 to 60, 0 to 100. And in the IC vehicles, we have to like now we have the quick shifter things, but earlier we used to have like do the clutch, leave the throttle, do the gearing things, gearing up, gearing down. It was like a slow build up of power.
Right.
It was never like a throttle and we are just keep on going.
Right.
It has very interruptions. People like we don't want any interruptions in our like in the speed. We want that instant relentless surge of like motor, like we want to quickly slide through the traffic. So when I twisted the throttle, it was the experience of the speed.
So basically it comes to the torque that we are
Yeah,
outputting.
exactly. Because the thing is, when you buy a bike, you experience it. Because when you are at 140, 150, you don't hear the sound of your engine. You just experience the wind noise facing on your like face. So that's what I changed it, like my vision from 650 to ultralight F77. And when I experienced the traffic of Pune, yeah, it was the time when I used to stuck in traffic, and the lot of heat engine heat used to come on my legs, and that polluted things.
And you're in half clutch, first and second gear most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. Most of the time, you never go on fourth, fifth, sixth gear,
Yeah.
because it has to be that open space. But in the city traffic, you have to be in the second, first, and third. And the heating engine, that's the different story.
No, and the bigger the engine, the more the heat
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. And maneuvering the heavy bikes are very like tough job, and shifting the gears. Yet another point that I bought this bike is like twist the throttle and you experience it.
Yeah.
Right from first gear to you directly shift to in the ballistic sixth gear. So after taking both test rides of the GT650 and the F77, the question was like, what do we do? Like, where do I go to? Like to IC or to electric, where the future starts? And this is the thing of past. Like the IC is like more. If you see a few years back, the electric motors, like very few you will see on the roads. Nowadays, most of the electric cars and bikes are on the roads. So the future is like the past was very beautiful. The
Sure.
gears, the engine thump. It was like a beautiful but a past chapter.
Okay.
And it is like going to be finished very beautifully. The future is electric, I see. And after taking the test rides of both, I came to conclusion that the thump was the engine thump was good, the vibrations, but the G-force I experience is what I see forward.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward for like more ballistic rides on that to experience that
Oh,
G-force.
that's a very cool way to put it across.
Exactly.
And
And I want to mention one more thing, like if we consider both the things, like for Indian bikers, we are very enthusiastic. If you saw very famous people, they have H2, they are S1000RRs, but for different people, the criteria of owning a super bike is like price variantly very different. So uh, in my condition, there were two options: the F77 and the GT650. But three things were there, like owning a bike, riding a bike, and maintaining a bike. So three scenarios were there. Owning a bike, the price variants are like not much of a difference in that time. But riding a bike, if I plan, like my hometown is Kolhapur, and I used to work in Pune, so I used to travel and I used to spend much more of like petrol money on the petrol, and I used to do servicings, and so riding a bike, both are very different scenarios. And the maintenance, like like they say ki if you own an elephant, you have to maintain it that way. So when I discussed with the crew in the space station and they told me about the maintenance cost, I was like, I'm cutting off so much money here and saving so much. So
Maintenance
even
and fuel cost, I think both are
exactly.
fundamentally different.
Yeah. See, we come to very two things only. Getting the same experience of the speed of both IC and bikes,
Right.
But the scenario changes is where riding and maintaining.
Sure.
So for that, the point goes to F77.
Cool. Oh, glad to hear.
Yeah.
And yeah, very momentous day that we are at when you're getting the bike finally.
Yeah.
So I also understand that you were very particular about the plasma red as your choice of vehicle. So can you tell me why?
F77 has personalities.
Yes.
Different personalities like the Shadow, the A-Strike, the Laser. And they work differently.
Sure.
Like when you hold your handles and tuck your bike inside your legs, like you saw the bike, the colors, and it represents the different personalities.
Sure.
The A-Strike, the Shadows are very like Batman kind of peoples.
Yeah.
And the time I saw that red color, it felt like it matches my personality. So that's why I choose the red color. And Valentine it is, so it has to be the red. It has to be gift for my wife.
Sure.
Yeah. So exactly. So I mentioned you that I got married last month.
Yes.
So we haven't like went on honeymoon yet. So this will be
and your wife is also here.
Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting to get her point of view
morning,
on this.
we are on the way to a honeymoon on this bike only.
So tomorrow is your honeymoon, is
Yeah,
it? Okay.
exactly.
And your first ride is on the
Yeah,
F77.
yeah. Valentine, honeymoon, and the red bike is the trio of the color.
Nice.
Yeah, but the point is that when I saw the colors, I saw the personalities. It has the 9 colors, but every color has its own personalities. And what I am is what the bike represents.
Sure.
So I am very a cyberpunky, a futuristic,
Sure.
the speedy kind of guy in all my work. So when I saw the color, I decided that it has to be plasma red.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. And for context, like I mentioned, we were in touch during his college days. I think you had started your MBBS then.
Yeah,
and you've completed your MBBS, and now is the time when you're getting the vehicle,
exactly.
and you've gotten married, going on your honeymoon tomorrow.
Yeah,
lots of things have come together.
Yeah, all things are like flashing in my brain right now. like after years and years of like longing, waiting, dreaming of this bike, fantasizing, and like staying up all the nights, like imagining myself riding this bike, like comes to this very moment after years. So yeah, and
Awesome.
and the dream I saw back then, like only could have possible with like it couldn't have possible without you, because I saw a dream and you just made it possible.
No, very, very glad and proud to hear that we've done something that is exciting
Yeah.
people across the world, and congrats on
Yeah,
the
thank you so much.
F77.
Yeah.
So now that you're getting the F77 finally, you walked in, you're riding out.
Yeah.
Tell me what your riding in the future looks like. What is your routine weekday,
Yeah.
and what other plans do you have beyond that?
I'll be first of what I do is slicing through the traffic and going first from like leaving from signals. The first of like I'll be the first to leave the signals, and the plans for the like I as a doctor I have a lot of stress works too in the hospitals. Like we do emergencies. I work in a corporate and I work in the ICUs.
Okay.
So there are very tense situations. We have to like very mindful, stressful things. Back then, when I like twisted the throttles when I took the test rides, it is very like stress buster kind of things. We doctors
Yeah.
need a stress buster. Like we have fidget spinners,
Right.
we have stress balls just to maintain our sanity. Like nowadays, like the people have dreams and they used to like watch videos on social media to satisfy themselves. So for us to satisfy our souls and to like as a stress buster, this is the thing I have now in my backyard. So right after like my the ride to my hospital and back to home, it will be always a ballistic.
No, and I get what you're saying.
I just want to yeah, with a big smile, I want to go to hospital and big smile, I want to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what happens with Neeraj also. He tells me after like a hectic day at work,
Yeah.
he takes the bike. He stays close by, but he does a long ride on his way home
Yeah.
every day. But he says it feels like a shot of coffee. He's more awake after getting home than.
Again from the coffee, like we have a drug called like in the hospitals adrenaline. So
Right.
yeah, it has a like that's a life-saving drug for us. Like we used to like in ICUs we use a lot, but the adrenaline for us is definition is very different outside the hospitals. The
Sure.
adrenaline is for the F77 riders. It is when you do the ballistic things. The adrenaline's like made inside you is
Sure.
very different thing. And as you mentioned, Neeraj sir, yeah, I and my brother whenever we used to like watch the videos. I'm not into sculpting and all things, but this is what I made.
Wow, this is insane.
Yeah,
So this is your Mark II,
yeah, representing the
and you've
plasma.
captured
Right?
all the details here as well. I can see Neeraj with
Neeraj
the
with the battery. It has to be with the battery. So it has the logo and here I named you guys the arc and the ace for the speed.
cool.
Yeah, and the
No,
amber
this,
valley run.
no, this is very, very thoughtful,
Yeah.
and I love it. It's going to be on one of our tables at office
Yeah.
for sure.
And the thing is, when you showcase the F99, the Amber Valley run,
Right.
I saw in the I like unfortunately I couldn't be there, but I saw you, the enthusiast, like you are the most excited person in those videos. So it has to be you with the 10.712, the record-breaking things.
Right.
10.712 seconds.
I mean, the F99 was an incredible project, and I think 10.712. I mean, the whole team that has worked on it. I think we would dedicate that to the entire
But,
team that made it.
we Indians we like we look for like east and west, like you used to call like tell you on your videos, like we never looked in our own country, and the own country brands never used to think of like the peoples are like, even if it is very small amount of people, but there are people in our India who wants that speed, the brutal unrefined engine. But they never worked on that because they want a large scale of people to
Sure.
capture. But that's where
And
the
as a result-
ultraviolet makes the difference.
Yeah.
They don't just want to make a bike
Yeah.
to commute from A to B. They want that bike for the enthusiast, the bike enthusiast.
yeah.
Or would have you have mentioned first bike would have scooter as well.
Yeah.
Considering the market, but that's where like you caught me.
Right.
Like it has to be different thing. Yeah. So
Oh, this
here
is-
it is to flash you with the memories and little details.
Thank you so much. This is incredible.
And for Neeraj sir, like he couldn't be here, but this one's for you as well. Yeah,
Awesome.
exactly. Years of waiting and it's never enough.
Cool. Now
It was a
let's
full
get riding.
Yeah, exactly.